Potato! Welcome guys to another episode of Dominating Spud's movie reviews, and as you can tell by the title, today's review is on the movie Split. This film is directed by M. Night Shyamalan. I just had to look at the screen to pronounce the name. But he did also direct... What film was it that he directed? He directed films. He's directed Split, and then he had parts in good films like The Happening, which was an amazing film, The Village, Signs, which made one of my most favourite films, The Sixth Sense, which was also amazing, and Unbreakable. This film, guys, it was an amazing film. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, definitely go and see it. If you like psychological thrillers, this is one of those films. A lot of people got annoyed because it had the genre of horror, which it's not blood and gore that you're expecting to see like every freaking horror film out there. But it is one of them films that, when you physically think about it, it is possible, because there is things out there that can help you think about it. It's just absolutely mental. What I'm going to do first is obviously say the plot for the film, so it doesn't ruin much of the film. So don't like doing spoilers in these movie reviews. It's all I like doing is speaking about the film, what I thought about it, and giving my opinion. And then obviously it's your guys' decisions whether you want to go and watch the film, because I hate giving spoilers, because I hate ruining films for everybody. But I'm just going to quickly do the plot. But before we do, if you enjoyed this episode, smash that like button at 15 likes. If you enjoy these movie reviews, hit the subscribe button and follow me on Twitter and everywhere like that. And also don't forget to comment what films you would like me to review if you ain't seen them yet. And you're like, do you know what? I'll get into review this, see if it's any good. But here comes the plot. Though Kevin has evidenced 23 personalities to his trusted psychiatrist, Dr. Fletcher, these remains. One still submerged who is set to materialise and dominate all the others. Compelled to abduct 3 teenage girls led by the willful observant Casey, Kevin reaches a war for survival among all those contained within him, as well as everyone around him, as the walls between his compartments shatter apart. This film, boys, it does follow, like it says, the dissociative identity disorder. That is where someone has mental personalities inside of their mind, and each one is a different person through him, and they all take control of the light at their own time. And there's one personality in this film who, like I just said, has not submerged yet from the minds. They all speak about him through personalities, as they call him the Beast. And when you get through the film, you'll understand why they call him the Beast, how he can change and stuff like that. It just shows that that is a problem. People do have multi-personality disorders. It is a real thing, and this goes into depth with how it affects people and how it affects them. It's like one day he could be a woman and just be like looking after everybody. Then he goes into a weirdo who has OCD and stuff like that. Then he'll turn into a 10-year-old boy. And then he turns into the Beast, which just absolutely changed his body. A lot of people did hate it because it was like, it's not possible to change your muscles and stuff like that. How do you know? How do you know? You can't activate 100% of your brain. The fucking brain is an amazing thing. It's just absolutely mental what the brain can do. So how do you know? If you can reach that part of your brain, you can fucking accomplish. It's a bit like how Lucy was, in my opinion. But it just shows that you never know what can happen. Science can't tell everything about your brain, because the brain is maybe one of the most fucking strangest things ever made. But in this film, they also say that when there was a baby, that they just saw this picture and then forgot about it for the whole life, and then they just remember the picture from looking at this other picture and be like, oh, I remember that when I was like 1. I mean, and that's locked in the back of the brain, so that's just a tiny bit of the brain. So, but then there is psychological proof that people with personality disorders, that each personality can take on a certain thing. It's so one has OCD, then you could change into one who's a messy fucker, and then It's just absolutely mental, and it's just like, who's saying who you can't turn? It's like, also in the film, they say that a bloke who was about my size, well, not about my size, but a bit smaller than me, that one day he couldn't carry anything, then the next day he could carry fucking what a bodybuilder would lift, like 500 pounds and stuff like that. I mean, that's just saying you never know what your brain can accomplish, but freaking you gotta give it to, I can't remember who played the main character now, I always forget his name. What is his name? James McAvoy. He played this character to the fucking T. When you were watching the film, to me, it was like you're not watching James McAvoy. You're looking at him and you see a different person. You're like, oh shit, that's a different person. But then you realise it's James McAvoy. Like the way he plays the fucking little boy Hedwig, freaking, it is a little boy. It's just like, what the fuck? He just plays it to the fucking best extent. Like, he's an amazing actor. Freaking, it's mad how he's went from Shameless to these sort of movies, like playing Professor X, and then he just played each personality absolutely amazing. And then it just gets to more thriller, and then obviously he turns into the Beast, which absolutely... It is fucking cool. It is cool, boys. And you find out why he turns into the Beast. But the director done an amazing thing with this film. All his films that he's been involved with have been amazing. Like Signs was amazing, the way that was. The Sixth Sense, that had a massive twist. Unbreakable had a massive twist. And then this also has a massive twist, but I'm not going to say what it is because it will be a spoiler. But you guys know I don't do spoilers. So freaking this film was amazing. It just goes into depth with how multi-personality disorders are. A lot of people overlook on them. It's just like, oh, he's got a multiple, it's just crazy. It's just, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just crazy in the brain. There's no such thing as other personalities. You've only got one personality. But this film shows that there can be more than one personality living in your brain, and just that we cannot access every little part of the brain. It's just absolutely crazy. But that's what I loved about it. This showing that that each personality can have a different take on your body. Or like I said, the OCD, then it's a woman who likes to protect everyone, then a kid who enjoys to play, then there's a homosexual personality, there's one who's an artist and absolutely amazing at everything, and then there's obviously Kevin, who's just himself, who obviously gets locked away in his brain from these other personalities taking over. But then there's also that you got another story behind it with the teenagers who get taken by Kevin, and they got stories behind them. And that is a good sort of story to put behind it, because in a way they took, with the story, how it all mixes in, it just tries to show that the broken people are the strongest in humanity. They are like, I can't remember what they call them like the evolved version of human beings. And then it also shows that the broken people are like, they are the better, like, you know how to, I can't really explain it. So if you haven't been hurt and broken, then you never learn from it. So you gotta be hurt and broken to obviously carry on and not to learn that mistake again. So yeah, that sort of way was put into the film also, just to help him, that he's broken in a way, but in 24 fucking ways. Never mind being broken in one way, but 24. He's all fucking Voldemort. He's got Horcruxes. But yeah, because this also, in my head, it took me like back to McJugnuggets and all that, when he used to snap in and out of characters and all that shit. But that's on YouTube. But this film was absolutely amazing, guys. It was fucking, James McAvoy played it freaking top notch. And the girl who's the main character, I can't remember who the main character was. Well, obviously McAvoy was the main character, like the supporting actor. She was really good at playing her role, and her story was really good and mixing the film great. But like I said at the start, a lot of people were disappointed because they were expecting a gory, ripping apart, bloody beast to be eating everyone. Yeah, he ate someone, but they was expecting a lot more gore from it, but it's more psychological thriller like Unbreakable, Signs, Sixth Sense, stuff like that. But this has been maybe one of my favourite films of the year. Fuck off Xbox, going black on me, you bitch. But yeah, it was an amazing film, guys. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10, or do you know what, fuck it. 10 out of 10 potatoes out of 10 potatoes. 10 out of 10, right there. That's what I'm giving it, because it was one of my favourite films I've ever seen. I love James McAvoy as an actor, freaking, he played Professor X to a T. He played every single personality that he gets to play in this film to a T. There was nothing, I didn't find anything wrong with this film, because in a way it makes you think also, fuck, can you access this much of your brain? But I'm going to give it 10 out of 10, guys. Freaking, I definitely recommend going to watch it. If you feel like I should be adding a spoiler alert in there, or using the spoilers, let me know, because it feels like I can't speak too much about the film, almost ruining it, because I don't want to spoil the film for you guys if you ain't seen it. So yeah, let me know. If you have enjoyed this episode, leave a like, comment what you thought, comment for more films that you would like to see reviewed, and if you haven't enjoyed it, don't be afraid to hit the dislike button, and then let me know why, so I can make these episodes better in future episodes. But once again, I'll be dominating Spud. I love you, Pac-Man Army. Make sure you go and watch Split. It was fucking amazing. And like always, don't forget to stay starchy.